Hi, I'm Alex McCord and welcome to The Real Deal on thestir.com. Today we have got Season 9, Episode 16 of The Real Housewives of Orange County off to Bali in Indonesia, and the premiere of a brand new series, Jersey Belle. Well, the ladies are out of Orange County and off to Bali, and I have to admit I was a little surprised that the producers chose a destination so far away. I mean, we are talking a 19-hour trip from Los Angeles. So, what goes into choosing a Real Housewives trip destination? First, budget, budget, and budget. The network sets the budget and the producers have to stretch that as much as possible. Second, location and trade-outs. You can tell what was free in two ways, either filmed signage showing the logo of the company, the awning of the hotel, or a promotional credit provided by title card in the closing credits. In last night's episode, the resort in Bali got both filmed signage and a title credit. Now, the crew probably did not have the permission to film on the flights. We never saw what airline they took, but I liked what they did. They gave the ladies cameras and they filmed each other, which not only got around the need to have a camera crew up in business class, but also added a whole home video, we're going on a trip vibe to it, which was nice. The one downside is that with a trip to a destination that far away, there's jet lag. I mean, when the New York cast went to Morocco, we lost a full day in recovery. I can only imagine how long it takes the ladies to be ready to film again. But let's get to the drama. In addition to the great visuals of the hotel, not to mention the elephant riding and the kayaking, we had two major storylines going. One, Lizzie's birthday party and Danielle's attempt to keep the drama going and going and going and going like the Energizer Bunny. Two, the crucifixion of Tamra Judge, and you can see how one leads to the other. Now, I'm beginning to feel that we saw more of Lizzie's birthday party in flashbacks this week than we saw on the actual episode last week. Did you? Let's go through this. It's a great lesson in TV editing, actually. Let's take last week's version of the party. Last week, Shannon canceled. Tamra no-showed. She called her and Tamra was rude. Danielle said that she was on her way to the party, but we never saw her. What we saw was that Vicky and Brooks arrived and a good time was had by those who were there. Fine, right? Okay, well, this week in flashbacks, we saw a completely different party. It was another layer, but it could look radically different. Apparently, Vicky was 2 hours late and threw a tantrum outside the party bus to the crew, calling Lizzie and Danielle dumb and dumber. When Lizzie called her out on that this week, Vicky said, "Well, I didn't say it to you." Oi, Vicky, you're the longest standing cast member. You know better. If you say anything with a microphone, it's the same thing as saying it directly to the person. But there's more. Apparently on the night of the birthday, Tamra and Lizzie texted all night long, and Tamra made fun of Lizzie's dress. This was okay with Lizzie the night of the party, but the morning after, it's no longer good-natured fun, but has somehow become sinister and mocking, and I call BS on that one. I think Lizzie had a producer in her ear saying, "You need to be offended by this dress teasing." I mean, she was making fun of you. She was saying you had no pants on. Are you kidding? You really have to go after her for that one. You see what I mean? Then we also see Lizzie blame the entire birthday debacle on her husband and accuse him of screwing up the party and not screwing her enough. Ouch. Side note to Lizzie, if the producers decided your birthday party would be a failure, there's not a thing your husband could have done to fix it or prevent it. It was happening no matter what. Seemed to me that on this version of the party, Lizzie was an angry drunk looking for someone to blame. Why is all this relevant? Because it keeps being brought up again and again, and it's come all the way with them to Bali. In Danielle's defense, the Dumb and Dumber comment is the only potential for storyline she has had all season, so I can understand her wanting to latch onto it. Then, Vicky gave Danielle the perfect opening by calling them Dumb and Dumber again to their faces. But here we go. So after a lot of back and forth, Heather, Vicky, and Tamra decide to go to bed, where Danielle and Lizzie take the opportunity to stir the pot even further with Shannon. I think they thought, oh my gosh, we're on the trip. We're in Bali. We're alone with Shannon. We better do something. Don't forget, Shannon's suggestible at this point and not happy with Tamra at all. It doesn't take much. Lizzie dishes that behind Shannon's back, Tamra mocks her, calls her an alien, she listens to little green men, makes fun of her spirituality. Oh, and Tamra told the entire cast about that email from David. Remember that email? The producers are really good at tying this whole season together. They keep flashing back to remind us of where we've been, or, they keep coming back with story points like Carrie's hand out of the grave. If you forgot, David emailed Shannon, that's David, Shannon's husband, emailed her suggesting he moved out. Shannon told Tamra, and Tamra, I guess, told the world. It was a good episode for Lizzie. She finally became interesting to watch. I don't know if this will get her another season, though. We'll have to wait and see. But let's talk Tamra again. This whole she said storyline felt a little out of date given the drama happening on social media. Last week, Tamra posted a rant about the editing with screen grabs of texts back and forth with Lizzie, accidentally posted her phone number, took it down, put it back up with her phone number out, got herself in big trouble with Bravo, eventually leading Tamra to delete her Facebook fan page. Yeah, okay. Well, the reunion has already been filmed, and I felt like last night's episode was kind of out of date because of all the Facebook stuff, and I feel like we're going to need a reunion after the reunion because there is no way to go back to this. There's no outlet for it unless Andy has them all on Watch What Happens Live. Or maybe this storyline should just go away, and we can talk more about Shannon's marriage, whether Vicky and Brooks should shack up, and wait, remember earlier in the season I was upset that Heather Dubrow seemed to be being tortured in the edit for no good reason? She's off the hot seat now, isn't she? The last looks from behind the scenes. Did you catch that the men steering the elephants had cameras on their backs to film close-ups of the ladies? I thought that was great because that way they could get reactions without loading the elephants down with camera crew. Also, was it me, or did you detect a difference in hotel room size? I had to say, I wondered whether the ladies assigned rooms based on how much drama each lady brought to the season, because Danielle and Lizzie had teeny tiny rooms, Shannon had a big, huge, enormous suite, and the rest of them were somewhere in the middle. That might seem like an incredibly petty thing to do, but I would not put it past a budget-conscious producer. Next, there are several new shows premiering on reality TV this week, and a few of them are on Bravo, so I'm deciding to kind of watch a few and see where they all go. First up is Jersey Belle, which was on Bravo following Orange County last night. Jersey Belle is an interesting hybrid off Bravo's docusoap format. It's not the Housewives with an all-equal female ensemble cast, nor is it a co-ed cast like Southern Charm, Below Deck, or Vanderpump Rules. The Queen Bee is already preordained, and it is Jaime herself. Jaime Primak Sullivan, a publicist from the Garden State, transplanted to a shishi suburb outside of Birmingham, Alabama. All the other ladies are supporting cast. It is Jaime's show, and everyone else is a friend of Jaime's. Now, Jaime herself reminds me of one of the Bon Jovi wives. I can't remember which one because I'm thinking 20 years ago and I was not sober. Let me give you a better example. Imagine a mashup of Orange County's Heather Dubrow, if she stayed on the East Coast, New York fashion publicist Kelly Cutrone, who had her own show on Bravo for a while, with a little Dina Manzo flippancy on top. Jersey Belle is a fish out of water story, and lots of the humor comes from Jaime gallivanting across town, leaving the local ladies shocked in her wake from things she says, often about sex. I'm thinking that when Jaime arrived in Alabama, she stuck out and was uncomfortable, so she took that and made it work for her. See, in the South, there are two speeds. You're either proper and appropriate or incredibly eccentric. So you figure out which one you are and run with it. Seems to me that's what Jaime did. Whether we are seeing Jaime's normal speed in real life or whether she's going a little Nicole Richie in VH1's Candidly Nicole and turning her normal behavior up to 11 for the cameras, I don't know. Jaime does seem more Jersey than most people in New Jersey, but she has branded herself well to survive in a small town. Of the supporting cast, it'll be interesting to see how many of the ladies are able to shed their effusive armor. You know what I mean? They smile, they nod, they say the right thing. That makes you a perfect neighbor, but that will not keep you on reality TV. So far, the first supporting cast member to break out of the mold is Lucy, Jaime's divorced friend. And it's not a coincidence that Lucy is the only cast member with nothing to lose, at least as far as we know in episode 1. Lucy has already been shunned by the entire town following her divorce, so what the heck? Why not open it all up on reality TV? Did you watch? Let me know what you thought in the comments, and do you think that the Orange County reunion will be out of date by the time it airs? For now, I'm Alex McCord. You're watching The Real Deal on thestir.com. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube, and I will see you tomorrow.